DialIQ Warm Transfer. With DialIQ, it is possible to warm transfer or cold transfer a lead to another user. A warm transfer differs from a cold transfer in that with a warm transfer, the user initiating the transfer has an opportunity to speak with the user receiving the transfer before completing the transfer. This video will cover how to complete a warm transfer. To warm transfer a call, you have the lead on the phone and click the Transfer Conference button on the DialIQ action window. Clicking the Transfer Conference button will open a modal window with 3 buttons. Click the Warm Transfer button. Next, you can choose the person to whom you want to transfer the call. There are 3 ways to do this. Clicking the Select User by Distribution button will choose a person to receive the transfer based on available distribution programs. Clicking the Select User Manually button will allow you to select the person to whom you'd like to transfer the call. Entering a phone number in the field and clicking the Dial button will allow you to transfer the call to any number you key in. Starting with the middle button, the Select User button. Clicking the Select User button will load a list of eligible users in the modal window. Eligibility in this case is defined as a DialIQ user whose Receive Calls button is on and who is not currently on a DialIQ call. It is possible to scroll down and click a user's name to select them as a user to receive the call. Users can also be found by typing a username or portion of the user's name into the Select Agent search box. Search results are returned dynamically. Clicking the name places a call to the user and places the lead on hold. Next, the modal window will display a dashboard that shows information about the numbers the transferring user is connected to. This includes title, which is the lead identifier or username, call status, for example, on hold or active, and an option column that gives the transferring user the option to take the holding call off of hold and hang up on the receiving user. Clicking Reconnect will end the call with the receiving user and reconnect to the lead. Clicking Hang Up will end the call with the receiving user, but leave the lead on hold. Use this hang-up link if you want to go back and find a different user to transfer the call to. Clicking the Transfer button will transfer the call and assign the lead to the receiving user. Note that the transferring user will remain connected to the call. At this point, there is a 3-way conference between the transferring user, the receiving user, and the lead. The transferring user must click the Hang Up button on the DialIQ action window to disconnect from the call. When the transferring user hangs up, the receiving user and the lead will remain connected. Users receiving warm transfers can easily identify incoming calls as warm transfers because they will get a pop-up alert notifying them that they are receiving a warm transfer. Clicking the View Call Details button on the alert will expand the DialIQ action window and connect the receiving user to the transferring user. The receiving user will be connected to the transferring user, and the lead will be conferenced into the call when the transferring user completes the transfer. There are 2 other ways to choose who you want to transfer the lead to. If you don't want to choose the user, but instead want the lead to be distributed using a distribution program, click the Select User by Distribution button. Clicking this button will use a warm transfer distribution program to find a user eligible to receive the lead. When the button is clicked, a call is placed to the receiving user and the lead is put on hold. The warm transfer dashboard is displayed and functions as previously described in this video. Note that if this button is inactive, that is because there are no distribution programs of this type in your system. You can also key in a number and click the dial button. When you enter the number and click the dial button, the receiving user will be called and the lead will be placed on hold. Note that you should key in only the number without spaces or hyphens. The warm transfer dashboard is displayed.